Alright, so there's going to be a continuation of this Dell XPS 159510 disassembly video. So this one, we decided to see if we can take apart the screen, and that's what we're going to do. So before you start this, if you didn't or you don't know how to disconnect the battery, watch my other video where I did the disassembly of this. Alright, but basically disconnect the battery, open up the laptop, and then press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds. This is very important. You need to do that before you go ahead and move on to this where you remove these connectors. Those are the LCD LVDS connectors, all right? Next thing we're gonna do, let's go ahead and take a look. So I haven't worked on this model specifically before, but usually most of them I can take a look and figure it out. So we're gonna use the JIS 0 and remove these screws here, okay? All right, so we got that screw there and this screw here. So we got to remove that so that we can lift the screen cables out of the way. Here you can see the cables kind of go all into this thing. I don't know if this, I think this plastic plate is actually removable, but yeah, you kind of have to like fold the cable, then you can slot it through here and then slot it all around. It looks pretty complicated. So I think I'm gonna leave this plastic piece here just like that. Okay, if you are getting a new screen and need to replace that, make sure to kind of take a look and see how it fits together. Oh, it looks like one of the screws came out, so that means both should. Come on, there we go. Okay, good thing I noticed that, otherwise I would have lost one of those screws. Okay. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna now take the screen hinges out, hinge screws out. So the way you do this, you actually want to open up the laptop about 90 degrees. It helps to hang this over the edge of your desk. So normally I would have this over the edge of my desk like this, and then we can take the screws out. Let me actually zoom out and show you how I do this. I guess you're gonna see all the junk on my desk because I got so much stuff all over. But okay, let's zoom out here. Okay, I guess you can't, but anyways, this is how you have it. We're going to use the JIS 1 screwdriver. Make sure you use the right size screwdriver. You don't want to use the wrong one and then end up stripping all these screws. Okay, so we got 4 screws on each side for the hinges, so we're going to take those out. Keep all the screws in order because they are different size, shape, and lengths. Flat side down like that on your desk in the pattern you remove them. So we have this kind of like backwards L shape. So we're going to put the screws like that, okay? Alright, we're going to do this on both sides. Be careful that you don't drop the thing on the floor. So as you remove the screws, the thing obviously is going to like open itself up. So just be careful with that. Okay, again, got this L shape here. And it helps to kind of hold the screen up with your legs or something. Alright. Okay. If this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, anyways, now that you've got all those screws out, let's actually zoom out a tiny bit more. You can grab the screen and lift it straight up, okay? And here we go. We got the LCD panel out. Let's zoom back in. Oop, not that much. Okay, we're going to set the keyboard, palm rest, motherboard, everything else aside, and let's see if we can actually separate the two components because it's not getting any video signal. It's completely black, nothing happens. If we can separate this, then maybe we'll be lucky and the cable on the back of the screen or LCD panel might just be loose. So let's see if that's even possible. Okay, so this one seems to be sealed pretty tight in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my fingernail in this gap here if I can, okay, and we're going to try and peel this off. Okay, it looks like it's working, so we can peel this bezel up. Okay, it looks like it's going to be pretty tough. Okay, it looks like it's separating from the screen part itself, so I don't know if you can see this, but you can see there's like a black layer of plastic. Let me zoom in a bit more here. Okay, so if you look at this, there's actually a black layer of plastic it's not really showing, but it's separating from the LCD panel itself. So we actually have to make sure to get underneath or between that and keep that part pressed down. So I'm going to use one of these little thin tools here. I'm going to zoom out. okay, because it's hard to record this, but I'm gonna pull this up and then I can actually see where it's separating, and I'm gonna get, oh, this one has some stuff on it. Let me get another one. Okay, we're gonna get underneath, and we're gonna get between the adhesive strip and the, sorry if my head gets in the way, and the plastic piece, okay, or the bezel, and we're gonna separate that because we don't want that to separate from the screen. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and go along here. Sorry if my head's getting in the way. This one's difficult, so we'll see how this works. But we're gonna continue working our way down here, trying to separate the bezel from the screen. All right. And they use a strong adhesive here, so keep that in mind. It's not going to be easy to get this out. Let me make sure I'm okay. It looks like that stuff kind of just tore, so yeah, this is going to be tough. I don't know how I'm going to do this. It helps for me to do it this way, I guess, so I can kind of see what's going on. But to keep that plastic separated, yeah, that's difficult. It doesn't want to stay separate. Well, let's go ahead and continue working our way down this way then. Okay, and I'm trying to pull the bezel up to keep it away from the actual LCD panel because I don't want it to put too much pressure on the LCD panel itself. Okay, so we're just slowly working our way across here. All right, be careful not to put pressure on the LCD panel. You don't want to accidentally crack that. Okay. Oh, this thing sucks. It like separates here. The way they have this adhesive stuck on there. You can see I can peel it out a little bit. Maybe if I peel the adhesive out, I can actually get it to go. Yeah, no, this is like a pain trying to get this out. You can see the adhesive is actually coming up. Let's see if I can peel some of that. If it's, oh, I was hoping it was like the stretch release adhesive, but that didn't work too well. Okay, and if we can, let's try and get underneath from this side. Okay, if we peel from this side, then it kind of helps separate it, so hopefully this will work. Make sure we're just peeling up the bezel. I think it might be actually lifting the bottom of the screen out. Let me see if we can see in here. Oh, they designed the adhesive down there to have like holes in it, so it's not going to come out easily. Yeah, I don't know about this. They designed it to like be broken here. So I can keep trying to peel it up. DELL designed this so that it's not to be taken apart. So when you peel this, it's actually separating down there. But let's see. Okay, come on. Separate it. Come on. There we go. Right, this is very difficult. Sometimes applying some heat might help, but I don't know if you can see down there how that stuff is holding. It's kind of, they put holes in the thing, like, or gaps between the plastic and adhesive to make it so when you peel this, it ends up tearing itself. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, anyways, we're gonna just continue trying to peel this bezel out. It is coming slowly out. Right, let's work our way further down here. Come on, man. Why'd they design it like that? Okay. I don't know why I'm asking. I know why they designed it like that. Okay. They don't want you to be able to take it apart and put it back together without breaking things. That's why they designed it like that. Okay. That. Now we're going to get back underneath here and see if we can wedge our way through. Come on. I hate this kind of adhesive work that they like to do. Alright. Slowly coming apart. Slowly peeling that up. Okay. Got there. Let's go ahead and peel this bezel up. Alright. Okay, kind of working on this, peeling this away. Okay, it's coming up. The sides are coming out pretty easily. Hopefully the top also comes out pretty easily. Man, the top, oh, it's pretty tough. Okay, so the way I'm peeling this up is I'm pulling it this way as I'm pulling it up to try and keep it more flat. You don't want to like just roll this thing backwards, because then you're going to end up just creasing and damaging this whole bezel. I don't think any of this is going to be reusable, but we'll find out. Okay, so we're separating this. Come on. Okay, good. The clear camera stuff is also coming up. Be careful not to squeeze on the lens area. I'm trying to go around it. Okay, because you don't want to get fingerprints in there. Okay. Man, they use like a strong foam adhesive for this. Okay, got that out. Let's go ahead and go down the side again. The side is a lot easier to remove. My question now is, how am I going to get the LCD panel out of here? Okay, so get this. Alright. Got most of it out. We only got that last corner to go. Alright. Oh, this piece is separating from itself. Let's peel that out. There we go. Don't stick on yourself. Alright, let's see here. Can we get this apart? Peel it backwards. And there we go. Okay. So here we go. We got this out. You can actually see all the adhesive and stuff that was stuck back here. Kind of annoying. You can see it like bubbles up a bit. Okay. And you can see how they put all the adhesive on the top layer here, and the little lens holes and stuff. Sorry, it's not focusing, but you can see those. Okay, they have ones for like infrared lights on the sides. Okay, we'll set that aside. Let's take a look in here and see if this is even removable at all. It's not looking like it, so what are we gonna do here? Okay, so they have all this dumb like film stuff down here that always ends up peeling up because they put the double stick adhesive on top of it. Okay, I don't know if we can use that to somehow pull the screen out. The cable goes into this piece down here, so we do have to somehow pop that out as well, it looks like. Okay, because if we can't pop this out, then we're not going to be able to get that out. So I'm going to use a thin little pry tool here, and we're going to try and pry this up here if we can. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get this stuff out the way they... Oh, okay, we can get underneath there, so we can pull this up. I'm going to slowly, carefully pull this out here. If this doesn't work, we're going to have to end up replacing the whole screen. So I'm pulling this back, and then we're going to go along and peel up further down, just slowly working our way down. Looks like they just put a strong adhesive in there. There are some clips, but mostly adhesive. There we go. Okay, so we got this undone here. Okay, and they also tuck this little piece in there. I don't know if you can even see it from there, but you can see this. They tuck it underneath. So let's see if we can continue working our way down. Maybe we don't even need to pry it anymore. I can probably use my fingernail now. Yep. Okay, and continue working our way down, pulling this out. It helps to kind of push it down, push this down as you kind of pry it out. Okay, and I can actually see some of the double stick adhesive there that's stuck to the other side. Okay, so here. Okay, so there we go. We got this piece out. It looks like there might be some stretch adhesive holding this in place. You see these, that, and this. If we're lucky, these are stretch adhesive tabs. And if we can pull those out from there, then we might be able to remove the LCD panel. Okay, so we have these little holes with some yellow strings in it. I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna try and grab that with these needle nose pliers. Okay, and okay, this does look to be stretch release adhesive, so we might be lucky here. Okay, we got this. I don't know what that yellow stuff is for. It just fell out, it looks like. Maybe it helps. Am I supposed to pull on that yellow string as well? I don't know. Okay, let's get this white tab out. And we'll get in there. I got the, needle nose pliers into the hole. You can use a screwdriver, whatever. We got there. Let's see if we can stretch this out. Okay, so this, it looks like it goes and then it curves like that and then goes to the side here. So hopefully it's not gonna tear, but let's go ahead and pull this. So you can see how the adhesive, oops, sorry. You can see how it's going. You wanna actually pull this straight back as much as you can, assuming this is stretch release adhesive. Okay, so the way they designed this, it goes this way. We wanna get this piece underneath the hinge here, okay? So you can see how I got it underneath the hinge, and that way we can pull this as straight back as possible. All right, at least that's the idea. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna grab here and we're gonna pull straight back, and hopefully it doesn't get cut on the sharp edges of this panel. You can see how it's stretching out, and we can continue pulling. Okay, so you wanna just keep pulling this straight back. And this adhesive is just gonna stretch really far. Basically, as this adhesive stretches, it loses its stickiness while it's stretched out. Okay, and once you let it snap back together, then the stickiness kind of returns. So you want to make sure that you're keeping this stretched out and it doesn't like sling back on itself. Okay, so once I'm going to hold this because I can't reach that far anymore. So I'm going to let this contract back together. Then I'm going to grab closer to where we were stretching. And then I'm going to continue pulling it just like that and keep my fingers here to keep it from, when it comes out, that it's not going to snap all into a bunch. If we're lucky, we can reuse the adhesive after this. Okay, so I'm going to hold this again, let it snap back close together again. And oh, I think it's stuck to my finger, so we're probably going to have an issue. It's probably going to all coil on itself. All right, actually this piece is already kind of coiling on itself, so let me see if I can unstick that. Okay, good. If it does end up sticking back to itself, you can use a weaker double stick adhesive to kind of hold the screen together. But this kind of design seems like you need adhesive going up along the entire length of the screen. So there we go. Continue pulling, and there we go. So we got the double stick adhesive thing stripped out. It looks like this. Okay, so basically it was underneath the laptop like that, and then as you pull this piece curls out this way. You can get it underneath there, and then you pull that out. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside. Hopefully we'll be able to reuse this, so that way we can put the screen back with the same adhesive. Okay, I don't know what those yellow strings are. Hopefully once we get this out on both sides, we'll find out. Oops. Magnets in the screen are taking my screwdriver bits. Okay, then we're gonna get this one. Let me see. I'm gonna try and pull these yellow strings and see if they just come out or what. I don't know what they're for. No, they're like stuck there. So I'm gonna leave those yellow strings because I don't want to pull them and then end up breaking something. So let's go ahead and get this second tab. Yeah, I don't know what those yellow strings are for. Okay, it might be easier to do this with tweezers because they're smaller and pointier. So we're going to get under there and pull on this white tab here. Okay, there we go. And then, same as before, it's that L shape, so we're going to swing it out over here. Okay, swing it out over there. Work it over to where the hinge is. Okay, then we're going to get it underneath the hinge, and then we're just going to continue pulling. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab this one. This time we're going to pull from this side, and we're just going to try and make sure you keep this straight and just keep pulling. Okay, it looks like it overlapped on itself a little bit there. Hopefully that's okay. Hopefully we can still reuse this, and we're just going to continue pulling. All right, stretching the adhesive as far as we can, and then same thing, grabbing this, switching closer, and then continue pulling. And again, you want to pull this slowly. Don't try and pull too fast. If you pull too fast, you will tear this adhesive, and then you're definitely either not going to be able to remove this at all, or you're going to just have to completely destroy the LCD panel trying to pry it apart. Adding some heat will kind of help if you break this adhesive and you need to pry it apart. But yeah, hopefully you don't have to go that route. All right, this thing's all sticking on itself. Okay, yeah, this one kind of stuck to itself too much, so we'll see if we can still salvage it and use it. Okay, continue pulling. Ooh, okay, so there we go. We got the second one out. Let me unstick my fingers here. See, this adhesive is actually really strong, and the stretching is what helps release it. So here's the other one. You can see for the most part, for the most part it's good, but up here it got a little tangled on itself. All right. Anyways, we're gonna stick this up here, out of the way. I'm just hanging them up so that they're dangling so they don't stick to each other. And let's see if we're lucky. Can we get this LCD panel out now, or is it still stuck? I don't know what these yellow strings are. Maybe these are supposed to help with releasing it. Give me a second in case I'm getting some messages or calls. Okay, I think. All right, so let's see now. So we got the adhesive out from here, and actually I might, is that a crack? I don't know. I think it's actually cracked. Oh no. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. I just noticed it. It's really hard to see. I just noticed that. This is the side where it actually fell. You can actually see where this plastic, can you see that? I don't know. There's a crack in the plastic right there. So that's how I know that part is actually broken. But if we can get this panel out, then we can hopefully replace it with a new one. Okay. So you can see we can now lift this slightly. Okay, I used a thin metal tool to get under there. And we're going to work our way around the sides and see if we can lift this up somehow, separate it from the panel. Most likely it's going to end up breaking trying to get this out. It seems like it's stuck in there pretty tight. It's a pretty tight fit. So I don't know if we can get this LCD panel out. I'm wiggling it a little bit. Maybe these strings are supposed to help. Like maybe we have to pull that and it will cut something out. I don't know. I've never seen where they put these like strings in here. I'm pulling on. Oh, okay. The strings are coming out as well. So there we go. I don't know. Let's try and pull it around the side. Does that help? I don't know where these strings were going to, so I don't know. I can't. These strings are really hard to pull. Oh, okay. It's coming out. You can see it's coming out the side here. And it's coming out. Okay. And they had this taped on here. It was like, I guess it was taped together like this. So I don't know what's going on with this, but I'm going to wrap my finger around it and just pull it out. Okay. Oh, it's attached to more adhesive. So I don't know where this... Okay, I don't know which way this adhesive's going, but it's also a stretch release adhesive tape. So we're gonna, I think these go sideways in the top, it seems. Okay, wow, okay, there's a lot of this. So we're going to continue pulling. Geez, how long is this adhesive? I guess technically the sideways is longer than the vertical, so maybe this adhesive is longer. Okay, it's coming out. Okay, there we go. So we got this one out. Let's get it off my finger. Okay. This one folded a little bit on itself. Hopefully we can unfold this and reuse it. Most of the time, once these things stick together, we're not going to be able to separate it. Uh-oh, it's more stuck to itself. Yeah, I don't know if I can separate that. It's like, I don't know if you see that, it tore there. So if it tore, I don't think we're going to be able to reuse this. But I'm going to set this out of the way, and if we can, we'll reuse it. If not, then I guess it's too bad. But all right, so it looks like there's 2 of these. So probably now we can actually lift this entire side over here up. Okay. Yeah, there's some. Yeah, so this side all comes up now. We're going to go to this side, and we're going to disconnect that as well. So same thing, there's the little yellow strings there. Okay, you need like needle nose pliers or something. It's pretty difficult to get to this string. And man, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Come on, yellow strings. Okay, so we got I'm holding on to the yellow strings. Let's go ahead and pull it. Same thing. Okay, it comes out like that. We're going to go ahead and work our way up the sides. And it looks like this is how this is supposed to work. Okay, so get to there. Wrap your finger around it or something. And then pull. And you can see here, we got this tab out as well. Oh no! That adhesive just broke. So, I think we're going to be screwed here. I don't know how we're going to get that out. So this kind, what we're going to try now, because it tore like that, I'm going to have to use heat. I'm going to use popsicle sticks to get in the middle here to kind of hold it separated. Okay. And then what we're going to do, we're going to apply heat, and then once we get the gap open wide enough, we should be able to pull that adhesive out, hopefully. Okay, so I'm going to use this heater, and we're just going to heat the back of this piece. I'm pretty sure this screen is broken from what I see there. We might be able to somehow get it to light up, but definitely the screen is broken. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and continue heating this. And that's the one that this plastic I noticed was chipped here or cracked. So I figured, yeah, but I didn't notice that. It's really hard to see that there. That mark there in the screen. Usually that means the screen is broken and the LCD is like leaking, bleeding the liquid into the other, I don't know, you call it the pixels. But anyways, we're just going to keep heating this and slowly working the popsicle stick in there to kind of separate it. Okay. And we're just going to slowly continue separating this. You want to do this kind of slow. If your LCD panel is still working, though this one has that black splotch, so I'm pretty sure it's dead. But if you can, go slowly. It should slowly release on its own. Right? You can see I'm just moving the popsicle stick further closer to the top to kind of get it to separate. And hopefully we'll be able to see the adhesive in there somewhere and be able to pull it out. Otherwise, we're just going to have to very slowly keep working the popsicle stick in here. It looks like I'm able to kind of keep moving it further down. All right. But this is going to be very difficult. Okay. So, or not difficult, but take a lot of patience. So we'll just keep going here. Slowly working it. There's a good chance it's going to end up breaking more while we're doing this. But if you go slow and careful enough, you might be able to get away with it. Alright. So we're going to continue heating it. Slowly work it over to the side. So I'm working it down now this way. Okay. As you do this, you shouldn't need to apply much force. It should be able to just slide down as it kind of releases the adhesive. Okay. So it shouldn't be something that you need to like force the chopstick, or not the chopsticks, popsicle sticks down. Okay. But it's looking like it's not really moving anymore, so I don't know if it's gonna release further. It might be stuck at that point. Oh. Okay, so I pulled on this and then it did move, so I guess it opened up more. So we're gonna kind of try and pull on it and slide the popsicle stick further. Let me see if I can see in there. Okay, I'm gonna hold it closer to me. I'm trying to see where the adhesive is in there. I'm not sure exactly yet, to be honest. Okay, so now I'm kind of getting the popsicle stick further in. Problem is, I'm not too sure where the adhesive starts or ends in here, so yeah, I don't know what's going on. Alright, so there we go. Can we push this further a little bit? Alright, we can slide it further over a little bit. Again, this is going to be a very long process until we can somehow find the end of that adhesive. I think I actually see the adhesive in there, but that's like almost impossible to get to. It's like pretty far in there. It's all the way towards the top. Maybe what I should do is I should lift this side to see what it looks like underneath, and then I can see where the adhesive would most likely be. So I'm going to lift this side real quick. We'll get underneath. And okay, I'm pretty sure I know where it is. So I don't know if you see inside the screen where there's that raised part, that flat raised part down there where there's like the bright shiny line. Usually the adhesive is going to be stuck to something like that. So most likely that's where it starts, but I don't know how I'm going to get down there. I can actually see it, so I'm going to keep heating it and slowly working the popsicle sticks further, and we should be able to get to it soon. Okay, it's going to take a while. You're welcome to fast forward through this process, but I just want to record it so that you can see how long it actually takes. And if you attempt to do something like this, you'll know, like, if you're following along, that's how long it's going to take, okay? It's not like something quick. Alright. Looks like it's slowly separating. Can get the popsicle stick further in there. Let's see here, can I get in there? Kind of, sort of. Okay, we're just going to keep heating it and hoping it separates further. Probably going to have to use more popsicle sticks to do this. Okay, got a second one stacked together to kind of help apply more pressure there. Slowly push it further to expand the gap more. Okay, you can see there, it's there. So I'm going to continue slowly pushing on this, and hopefully as it heats it's going to release. It's working. The popsicle stick's slowly going further in. Okay, I'm just very gradually pushing this in. I don't know if you can see, I can definitely feel that it's going further and further in. Okay. we go. Now both popsicle sticks are together, so it should have expanded further. Yep, and now I can actually slide this a lot further down, as you can see. Okay. Hopefully you can now see in there the adhesive. I'm going to see if I can get in there with the needle nose pliers, and we'll try and grab it and pull it out. It's pretty far down, so I don't know. Yeah, nope. Come on. I feel some of it. I can feel some of it. So I'm going to try and push this a bit more. I have to be careful. Okay, if I can get that on the back of the screen, we should be able to pull it up, but problem is it's stuck on there real strong. Come on. Is it just tearing? I can see it. We're so close. I just need to grab that and peel it. Come on. There we go. Alright, so we got the adhesive out. And now we're just going to pull this straight to the side here. There we go. Alright, so we got that all out. Stick that up there. We'll get this here out of the way. Alright, so now that we got all of those adhesive strips out, let's see if we can just tip it forward. And yes, we can. Okay, so it tips forward like that. Here you can see how the cable comes out. Okay, so here you can see the screen has one cable, and then the webcam has its own separate cable. So if you need to take this out, let me actually zoom in here. So I'll actually show you now how this cable comes out, if I can. Okay, if we can remove it. I don't know. Alright, so here you go. We got this plastic piece here. So this folds backwards, and then it goes out this way. And oh, that's it? Okay. So it just goes in that one little slot. Okay, then we got that. We can now take the LCD panel out. And now we can actually see the LCD model. I'm pretty sure this screen is toast, but let's go ahead and take a look here. You can see we got the entire back piece out. Oh no, we accidentally scratched up the foam here a little bit. Okay. How did that? Oh, that's from putting the popsicle stick in there to try and separate the layers. Okay, that shouldn't affect anything. Just make sure to get any debris out. So I'm gonna get that out because you don't want to leave those crumbs in there that will put pressure on the back of the screen. So let's go ahead and get that foam out. Okay, so here you can see how the thing works. So basically the adhesive, oops, let me zoom out here. So basically the way the double stick adhesive worked is the stretchy stuff went here, okay, and then the white plastic that kept it from sticking to this goes down this way and then back up in here, okay. So the white plastic will end up showing here, then the adhesive goes this way. And then the strings, they basically followed this. These adhesives kind of hold the string in place. They went this way, went up here, and then they attached to this adhesive that's right here and the other adhesive that's right here. So when you pull those strings, it basically will pull the adhesive out. So this holds the string there. When we pulled the string, it came out from underneath this adhesive, went over to this one, then it pulled and went out under this adhesive, and then it went back up here, all the way up here, and then as we continue pulling, it stretches the adhesive here. So let me see if I can show you how that works with one of these, even though this is not really reusable anymore. But basically, this piece would be like this. It's all stretched out now, so it's not the right size. Then the string would go down like this, okay, go down like this, go like that, and then go up in here. And that's how, when you pull the string, it kind of comes out from this guide, comes out from that guide, comes out over here, and then as you pull it this way, it comes out all the way over here this way, and then as you pull it, it stretches to release from this way. Okay, so that's how this stretch release adhesive tab works. Problem is, I don't know how you would get replacements of that, so if you're replacing the screen, you'll probably have to put like some kind of adhesive here. Problem is, if you do that in the future, good luck getting the screen out without breaking it. I don't know where you can get this kind of stretch release adhesive. Technically, you should be fine with just these side ones, which I feel would be more than sufficient. So, but they put like all this extra stuff to make sure it's holding really well. If you want, you can put like a small patch of adhesive here. That way, if you do need to get it out, you can kind of go underneath and do that, because the string thing, I don't know how you're going to get that. This kind of adhesive you can use, like they have stretch adhesives that go like that and then go over here. You can get those, but yeah, this kind with the strings, I don't know where you would get that. And I'm pretty sure Dell's not going to sell you that. Anyways, we'll set this aside for now. Let's go ahead and take a look if somehow they got lucky and just this cable's loose, but I'm pretty sure from looking at it that that adhesive is also broken there. Okay. And also, if you're wondering, here's the screen model number here. So we can actually get the screen LP156WU1 SPB1. So that's the LCD part number, LP156WU1 SPB1. All right, you also have the LCD LVDS connector here. So if you need that, I don't know what the model number is here. You can look at this, and I think it's LF-K415P. But if you want, you can pause the video here, and you can look up all these random model numbers and numbers that are on there if you can't find it with just that. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to try and peel up this foil here. And we're going to see if the cable is somehow loose. Again, I doubt it, but wouldn't hurt to check. Okay, I'm going to try and get underneath this foil. There we go. Peel up that foil. Okay, peel this aside. Okay, and slowly peel it. Okay, yeah, there's no way this came loose, but we'll find out. Okay. So they have all this tape over the top holding it. Oh, if you need, there's this QR code thing here. I don't know if that's going to be necessary, but if you need it, there you go. Okay. All right, next thing, it looks like there's another layer of adhesive here. Okay. Again, the chance of this being the problem, very, very slim. They got all this adhesive here. Okay, next thing we got, so this is holding that. Oops, I should have zoomed in for you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so next thing we got this adhesive out. There's a metal latch here. You're gonna get under here and flip that up. You see that? So there's this latch. And then we should be able to now pull this back. And there we go. There's also adhesive holding this piece onto this. So the chance of this being loose is like 0, I think, with all this adhesive and the way they put this. So, but let's go ahead and peel it off anyways. And yeah, this adhesive, or this thing is held in with a strong adhesive, so peel that all up. Okay, let go. Jeez. Okay, so there we go. You got this double stick adhesive, right? A little bit of it kind of stayed on there, but that's how this cable looks and how it works. Okay, you got that. We're gonna push this cable back in. I'm gonna push it with this adhesive in the air because I don't want it to stick down and prevent me from pushing it in all the way. Okay, so grab that, line it up, and then, oops, I need to turn this around because it's hard to work at this angle. So I'm gonna flip it upside down this way for me, and then we're gonna use it this way to pull it in. Okay, so get that lined up. I hold down here on the little hinge of this latch and then pull that into place. Okay, all right, Make sure, good. And all the way. Let's latch this down all the way. Stick that down, good. Foil, put that across as well. Then we can go ahead and stick this back down. I don't know if you need all the other numbers on here, but let me just give you a somewhat close up so you can hopefully see it if necessary. All these QR codes and whatnot. And then all of these codes here. All right, the main important one again is LP156, WU1, SPB1. We're gonna look for that. Okay, next thing, we're gonna now reassemble this. Okay, so to reassemble this, obviously the screen is gonna go in here again like that. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna put the screen in, drop it into place, hold this out of the way. This one is the LCD, or not the, this is the webcam. As you can see, the webcam and everything goes into this cable. So if you're repairing your computer and you're looking at it, so the hinges are going down that way. Okay, so the one on the left here is for the webcam and stuff. So technically you can use it without this screen even in there, and you'll at least have the camera there. Okay, anyways, we got this. So the way this thing went, okay, so the way this cable went, it goes upside down through this hole. Let me zoom in. Okay, I'm gonna move this into place. So like this. Okay, you got the little gap there. Slot this through here. Yeah, that's kind of a pain. There we go. Slot it through there. And that's pretty much it. You just gotta pull it all the way through, and there we go. Okay, so now we got that cable in. We just got to get the screen lined up right. So push that down into place. Drop it in. So now as you can see, the screen is like this. So what I like to do, if I don't have the stretch release adhesive, you can now like basically tip this forward so the screen falls forward like this. And if you want, you can put regular double stick adhesive like in here, across here, and down here. Just again, keep in mind that if you ever need to take the screen back out, you are going to have to just pry and destroy the screen. So hopefully if you ever need to take this out, it's because the screen is already destroyed. All right, in the future, if you need to use that kind of adhesive release method. Okay, so there we go. Drop the screen back in. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to take this plastic piece here. All right, and then we got to get this back in. So if you look at how this is lined up, you have this notch here that goes to where the cables are. I don't know how I'll show this, but basically you want to get the bottom side in first, like these, okay, where it has these three. So we're going to get that down in that gap first. Okay, so tilt it forward. All right, and then we can just go ahead across and latch that in. And you can see the adhesive actually is what mostly holds it in place. So there we go. That's already holding itself down. This screen, it has all this black tape stuff in the way. So you do want to make sure that it's not stretched up and blocking the actual screen. So make sure to kind of tuck it downwards back in there. Okay, and hide that stuff because yeah, you don't want the screen being covered by that. Okay, if there's lumps, try and straighten it out so it's not lumpy. Okay. Again, I'm pretty sure this LCD panel is dead. So right now, if I let go, the screen's just gonna fall over. But we're just doing this for testing right now. So then we also have this piece, obviously, then you wanna put that back as well. But right now, if I just put this back, the screen will end up just falling back out. So yeah, oh, give me a second, I have a customer here, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So anyways, we don't really need to have this bezel in here for testing. So I'm actually gonna leave the bezel out for now. I'm gonna put the screen back in, test it, and then we'll go ahead and put some adhesive on the back. Again, the screen is probably dead, so yeah, I don't know. We can also put back the old, like I have that old adhesive where it does that L-shaped thingy. I can put those back in possibly, but it might put some pressure on the back of the screen because they didn't come out completely cleanly. Let me see if I can show you here. So if you look here, you see that? It got some wrinkles in it. So that might push on the back of the screen. So I'm a little bit worried to use the same adhesive. Yeah, so I might just use a little bit of regular double stick tape, and then we could always take that out later if the screen is, I mean, the screen's probably broken. But anyways, let's go ahead and put this thing back together and see if we're lucky or not. But I'm pretty sure it was broken, so I don't think it's going to do anything. Okay, so we'll get this line back up here. This screen actually looks like we can do it this way, where we just lay it on top properly, and then we're gonna let me see here. Okay, flip that over, and I'm gonna try and just rotate the hinges downwards. Wow, no, those hinges are super tough to move. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to do it this way, hanging off the edge of the desk, and then getting that all back in place. Okay, so let me do that. I'm gonna have to hold on to the LCD so it doesn't fall out of the bezel or the frame. But let's go ahead and try this. Okay, so we're gonna drop this back into place here. Okay, and get this, make sure it stays lined up. So this actually doesn't even have a good thing to line it up. Not a really good design. I don't know. How am I gonna do this while holding the screen in place? It's gonna be tough. Okay, so I'm gonna get this screw in here. Okay, I'm gonna loosely fit it first, and then we'll get this one in. Once I kind of get all the screws in, I think we should be okay. Okay, I got that and that. All right, let's go ahead and get these three. It's a little bit more tough because I'm trying to hold the screen from falling out of itself. Okay. Just loosely fit them real quick, and then we'll tighten it all up afterwards, because I want to make sure that everything is lined up before I tighten it down. Okay. This one and the last one. Okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and tighten up all 8 screws here. Sorry, I know it's hard for you guys to see right now, but I can't really get a good angle for this. Okay, last one. All right, now that we got all of those, what I'm gonna do, we'll lift it back up. We'll rest it on the screen side, slowly, carefully close this down. There we go. And then we'll make sure all these screws are nice and tight. Good. Make sure these are nice and tight. Okay, then we'll put this down here and get this back into place with those little screws. Okay, we'll rotate this, and I believe we need to use the JIS 0 here, so let's zoom in again. Okay, let's get the JIS 0 screws here. This one. Okay, one and the other one. Line that up, and 2. All right, now that we got that, line this up, click that back down into place. This one, click that down back into place. Again, this one's for the camera, this one's for the screen. Okay, I'm gonna get this back into place now. Line that all up. Okay, same thing, we're using the JIS 0 screwdriver. Good. All right, we're almost there. Okay, next thing we got is to reconnect the battery. Let me zoom out here. Okay, so again, we did take out the thing here. We'll lift up the battery so we can get under here and get this cable into place. Get that in. All right, pinch the thing to get it all the way back in. Good. All right. Get the battery back into its place, get the speaker back into its place. Make sure to push these wires back into those little guides. There we go. Okay, next thing we're going to put back the big screw for the speaker. I think we actually need the JIS1 for that. Make sure you don't keep using the JIS0 when you need the JIS1, or you can strip the screws very bad, and then you're not going to be able to get them back in or out. All right, now we're going to get the bottom screws in using the JIS1. Okay, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. We're going to now switch to the JIS0 and get these 4 up here back in. And once we get the bottom cover, we're going to go ahead and test it, and hopefully we'll see something on the screen. Otherwise, like I said, we're going to have to put some adhesive back there and then replace the screen. So we'll get this last screw here. Okay, now that we got that, let's go ahead and put the bottom cover back on, and I think that should be it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this bottom cover back on. If I remember, last time we had to get this back in, so we go at an angle like that. Then once it falls into place, go over to here. This side will kind of be a little tricky. You can kind of lift this up to the front here to help, and then you can kind of push that in. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Okay, and there we go. Clip all of that back in. Nice. Let's go ahead now and get the T5, Torx 5 screwdriver, and get all the bottom screws back in, and that's pretty much it. The bezel and everything is just held in with double stick adhesive, so if you do need to put that back, again, should be pretty simple, straightforward. All right, and if you need to replace the screen, obviously you just order the replacement LCD panel, and that should be good to go. All right, so we'll get these last few screws back in. Come on, is it like going at a weird angle? Did this not snap in right? Looks snapped in right. I don't know why it's not lined up here, or it doesn't look lined up. Okay, let me see what's going on here. Okay, this needs to be like pulled down more here or something. Oh, there we go. I just had to start the screw further down. Okay, and the last 4. Okay. Alright, and the last one here. And then we test our luck. Okay, we got all the screws back in. Let's see if any luck opening this up and powering it on. I don't know if anything will change. Let's power it up. Okay, I think I have to plug it in first, so let's go ahead and plug it in. Plug it in. Power it on again. Come on. At least give me keyboard lights. So far nothing. It sometimes takes a while after turning it on, or after disconnecting the battery, because it's actually doing a CMOS BIOS battery reset. So sometimes press the button once, give it some time. Maybe I pressed the button and turned it off, so let's try it again. Huh, nothing's happening at all. This is worrying me a little bit. Is it just taking its time? Come on. Nothing's happening. Let's try the other charge port. Okay, the power light is on now on the front. It's like a very faint white. So now let's wait and see if the keyboard lights up. Give it some time. Caps lock button's not working yet. But yeah, nothing's coming on the screen. So, let me see if I unplug this, if the light stays on. No, it turned itself off. Oh, keyboard light's on. Let me turn off the light so you can see. So keyboard light's on. So computer's on. Right now the light is amber on the front. So, uh-oh, it's still doing the flashy thing. Yeah, I think it detected the screen's broken and then it just shut off. But anyways, let's see. Amber, or the light's off completely again. Nothing's happening. It might be power cycling for the CMOS BIOS reset. Sometimes it takes a long time, like up to 5 minutes for it to start after changing hardware. So keep that in mind. Still nothing's happening. I'm actually kind of wondering if the battery was really low and it just completely shut off now. Maybe I should leave it plugged in. But anyways, assuming you change the screen to one that's working, because I'm pretty sure this one's broken, it should have fixed the problem. The light's white again. Okay, it shut off. Oh, it's blinking. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. That's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and drop this and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.